Hey guys, my name's Ari and you are watching Catty Ratties. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy DIY climbing frame for your small animal. I made this one for my rats and I think they'll really enjoy it when I put it in their cage. What you're going to need for this DIY are 15 popsicle sticks, yarn or string of some kind, a hot glue gun, and a pair of scissors. You've plugged in your hot glue gun, lay out your popsicle sticks. I'm just laying them out in a square. You could also, if you wanted to, make this a triangular climbing frame or even another shape that you'd like. I'm just doing a square though, for now, because I think it'll be easiest. If you are doing a square, you'll notice that when you go to take this popsicle stick for the next step and lay it across in a slash, it won't fit unless you have your square offset a little bit. So for this, you want to take and push in the edges of your square just a little bit. And I think this gives it kind of a cute look as well. So once it looks like this, take your 5th popsicle stick and lay it over the top like that. Is take your yarn or string and cut it in sections of roughly 5 inches. You can make it smaller if you have a smaller animal, but I'm doing 5 inches for my rats. You're going to want to cut 8 of these. Now you're just going to take your yarn and your popsicle stick squares and glue a piece of yarn on each corner of the square. I'm using a smaller popsicle stick just to smooth, to like hold it down while the glue is drying so you don't burn your fingers. Now that you have all your yarn strips glued to the popsicle stick squares, you should have 2 squares that have yarn on them and 1 square that does not. The next step is to take one of the squares that has yarn and attach the yarn pieces to the underside of the square that does not have yarn, if that makes sense. I'm actually going to trim my yarn pieces because I cut them a little too long. I don't want it quite that long, so this looks like about 3 inches from square to square. Make sure also that you alternate the direction of the diagonal popsicle stick so it's easier for them to climb, if that makes sense. We have got our little climbing structure mostly built. We've got to make the hanging attachment. So all you're going to need for this is more yarn and whatever you're going to use to clip it to the cage. I'm going to use a paper clip. Now you're going to measure across your popsicle stick square diagonally. It's different for every size of popsicle stick and how you make it. Mine came in at about 7 inches, so now I'm going to add 3 inches to that, so that's 10 inches. I'm going to cut 2 10-inch pieces of yarn. This next step is a little bit tricky. First thing you're going to do is just simply glue your pieces of yarn to the corners. So only glue one end of the first piece of yarn to one corner and one end the other piece of yarn to the opposite corner. This is what that should look like. Now you're going to take your pieces of yarn, cross them over each other, or under, just cross them and pull them to the other opposite corners and glue them down. It should look like this. When you attach your little hanging doohickey, make sure to attach it at the point where the pieces of yarn cross so that it hangs evenly. This is what your little climbing structure should look like. And now you can go put it in your pet's cage or their playpen. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any video ideas, leave them in the comments down below. Don't worry, this time I remembered to turn on the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!